Hello, and welcome to another day in Life with Sandy. Okay, a little snack to start off my day. Going to have a cup of tea, my 32 ounces of water, a grapefruit, and a hard-boiled egg. All 0 points. Well, now that we're going the right way, good morning. Today is Wednesday, January 11th, and I went the wrong way. This is the way I want to go because I got to go to the bank first. But we do have one birthday today. Today is Jenna Edenfield. Edenfield. Jenna, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenna. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great birthday. I started going the other way, and I got like, no, we got to go this way. We got to go to the bank first. We got a little bit of running to do today. So I thought, I'll bring you along. I woke up this morning. I slept so good last night. I slept solid. A solid 7 hours. Never woke up. I woke up, I had a little bit of phlegm in my throat, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty darn good. I'm not trying to do too much today, but this is stuff I have to do because it's just been putting off for too long. I have to go to the bank because I got to cover a check that I made. I called. It was funny because I had a bill for a medical bill, and it said that I owed like $175, but then it was from like 2021 for the medical thing, and so I thought, and they said that I paid $30 on it already, but I still owed a balance of like $170-some. That's not possible. How could it be like, oh, it's 2023 and I'm still paying for a bill in 2021? Because when I get my medical bills, I pay them as soon as they come in. So I called, talked to them, insisting I was wrong, that somehow they credited a $30 payment and it should have been for the entire amount, blah, 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 blah. And they said, no, you made a payment in December. So I looked at my check registry and I said, no, I did not make a payment in December. She says, well, I'm sorry, ma'am, but this is it. I said, well, what check number was it? She says, well, we don't show check numbers. We just show the date it was withdrawn. So let me go on my bank statement, so I went into my app. Yeah. For some reason, I only paid $30. I don't know. And then it clicked in my mind, oh yes, I did discuss this with them before. And it wasn't a thing that kind of fell to the wayside that I really truly did owe the money. So I said, well, can I just pay you now? And so she said, yeah, you can do that. So I paid it. And so now I got to go put the money in there to make sure I cover other checks that I have made to do it. I don't keep a lot of money in my checking. I keep just enough to cover my checks because I don't get any. There's no benefit to keeping extra money in there. They don't pay me any interest on it. So I just keep just enough. So I want to make sure I get in here before anything happens that has checks bounce. So first stop, the bank. All right, let's check on this again. I just noticed when I got out of the car that my microphone had fallen, so you either heard me talking in the distance or I did a voiceover because I didn't realize that I had dropped my microphone. So anyway, now we're on our way to get my hair cut because it says that it's a 0 wait. Jim always makes fun of me because when I go to the bank, as I deposit, I always make a withdrawal of pens. I love their pens. And even I told the lady, I said, do you mind if I take about 3 pens? And she says, no, that's fine. That's what they're there for. I says, yeah, my husband says I'm addicted to them. I am. I love them. I love those pens. But there was nobody in there, so I was able to get up to the counter and back out real quick. So I did that. Like I said earlier that I went the wrong way. You know what I did this year? That Jim, I always ask for a wall calendar for my Christmas present every year, and Jim always gets it. For the past couple of years, he's been buying the wrong ones, and so I buy it, give it to him. He gives me the money. I know, separate money. You know that by me. And then he wraps it, and then I open it and go, oh, calendar! I act really surprised. So this year we went to the bookstore, and they didn't have them. Nobody has wall calendars anymore. The kind that I wanted, I should put. So we ordered it on Amazon, and it said it would be 2 weeks. And then it showed that it was delivered, but it was not delivered. So I had to file a protest. So I filed a protest, and they investigated and all that. And then they gave me a refund. Well, in the meantime, I went to Hobby Lobby and saw the exact same calendar. So I bought the calendar at Hobby Lobby. And then as soon as we got home from Hobby Lobby, and there was the package on the porch, it was the package from Amazon. So I called them and I told them that you already gave me a refund for this, but the package already came, and they said just keep the package. You just keep the calendar. So I brought the Hobby Lobby ones back and got my money back. So on January 1st, I took my old calendar off the wall, transferred all the information, because I like to keep like our doctor's appointments and birthdays and anniversaries and all that good stuff on there. So I transferred all the information. I got it all done. Well, the calendar's up a little high where I can't reach it unless I get a ladder out, but Jim can reach it because he's a little bit taller than me. So I put the calendar out, and I told him to hang the calendar up. And then I threw the other calendar away, and then it just happened to be that was garbage day. Okay, you know where the story's going. I don't need to go any further, but just in case everybody's not up to speed, I gave him the old calendar to rehang and threw away the new calendar that I just finished doing. Only Sandy could do that. Only Sandy could do that. So I went back on Amazon and ordered another calendar, which supposedly is going to be here next Friday. And the only reason I figured it out was because Jim had another doctor's appointment that he had just made for his chiropractor, and then I went to put it on the new calendar, and then I realized, of course, that I made a major mistake. Okay, now we are at Great Clips, so let's get our hair cut. Yep, the microphone's still here. All right, nothing like a haircut to make you feel a little bit more alive, but it's way shorter than I wanted it. What happened was she doesn't speak very well. She doesn't speak English very well, and she was talking in Arabic to this other whatever lady next to her, the other stylist, and she was looking at the little thing that shows how I get my hair cut each month or each time I come. And so she said, I said, I don't want bangs. I'd like my hair to go back. And I don't want bangs. I want my hair to go back short. She misunderstood me, and she cut my bangs short. So I had bangs, like little bangs. I said, that's not what I wanted. So she tried to fix it, and this is the end product of the fixing, which, to me it's hair. It'll grow back. She felt bad, but, this is the way it is. So Jim will say, oh my gosh, when are you going to die? He always says that when I get my hair cut, because I get it cut so short. We are at Kroger's now because I bought by mistake cracked pepper, hot cracked pepper cashews. Jim does not like anything spicy, so I have to bring the peppers back. And I went to the self-checkout line and checked myself out, and did I not charge myself for my toilet paper twice? $11.99 twice, and I only got one packet, so I'm going to have them refund me the money for that. So let's go into Kroger's. I have to get some hamburger for dinner, though, so it's not like a wasted trip, at least. But I will talk to you soon. Well, that worked out well. I got the right nuts because they did them in stock. I guess the reason I bought the wrong ones is because they were there yesterday or Monday when I went grocery shopping, but they're there now. So I got that, and then my diet cranberry juice that I like, they haven't had in the longest time. So I'm one of these hoarders. I bought 3 of them so I could have them. And then I got my hamburger for my dinner for tonight. So corrected my mistake and then made it up. Didn't cost me but $2 for whatever I had to get extra. So no, actually more than $2 because I had to buy the nuts again. Now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway, neither here nor there. I got my nuts, I got my hamburger, and I got my diet cranberry juice. So now I thought since we're so close, we'll go over to the post office to see if we got mail. I know I probably didn't get any, but I'm going to check just in case. Just in case. I don't need gas. I got a full tank. I do have to make an appointment to get my oil changed, though. I'm going to do that when I get home. They were stocking the shelves today, so that was good. I was very fortunate that when I went and did my grocery haul the other day, just about everything that I wanted was in stock, but we have tons of empty shelves. So some of this stuff wasn't exactly what I wanted, but the replacement that I picked worked out fine. So I could have made it. Oh well. I'm in no hurry. What am I going to do? Go home and sit in a chair? I really do think sitting in the chair kind of delayed my recovery a little bit, although moving around too much, I don't want to do too much today because I got to get home and eat. It's getting a little late. But I definitely got to get some bird food, and I definitely got to bring that thing back for Amazon, otherwise I'm not going to get credit for it. So, anywho, we are at the post office now, so let me go in and see if I got any mail. And I will be right back. How's that sound? Well, as I suspected, no mail, but I was so close, I figured I might as well check. So now we are going to go to Lowe's to get some bird food, because my birdies are hungry. They've been eating the suet, S-U-E-T, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I pronounce it suet. They've been eating that, but they've run out of actual seed. I want to get that, and I got to go to Kohl's, and then to Target, and then I think I'm going to get my Tango Passion iced tea, which is 0 points, just to have something soothing to drink. And when I was in Kroger, I probably should have used the restroom, but I think I'll end up using the restroom at not Kohl's, Target, because it's at the front of the store. So, anyway, I'm going to put a picture right here of Jimmy with his family. A lot of people were asking me, well, here's the picture. A lot of people were asking me who Jessie was. Jessie and Jamie are Samantha's two girls from a previous marriage. Her first husband had passed away, and then her and Jimmy had met on a dating site, which she's talked about in the videos before. And they've been together like 10 years or so, 10, 11 years. And the girls are in their 20s, and so Jimmy's been their father figure. You know, like nobody's going to replace their father. Brian was their dad, and he'll always be their dad. But Jimmy kind of, took over that guidance, I guess, whatever you say, because he was living with Samantha, and then Alyssa, was back and forth between Jimmy and Alyssa, back and forth. But so they kind of grew up together anyhow. But Jamie and Jessie are Samantha and Jimmy's children. But the picture I put their little names by that so that you could tell who they were. And I think of them as my grandchildren. I really do. I mean, I know they're adults, but they've been around since, like I said, they were 10, 11 years old. So I like to include them in everything because they are my family. And I had so much fun doing the tag with Jimmy. The next tag is not going to be for 5 weeks. I didn't realize. Well, we're doing them the second Tuesday of the month. So the next one's going to be a Valentine's Day tag. So I got to get the questions together because I told Tracy I'd come up with the questions each month and get them out to them in time so that they have like a whole month ahead of time to film it at their convenience. And then you can film a video anytime you want and then schedule it to come up when you want. So they could theoretically film it today and then schedule it for the 14th of February, and then it'll come up on the 14th of February. So, but I'm going to do a Valentine's Day tag for that one, obviously, since it's Valentine's Day. And then when I get home, I'm going to have, well, you'll see it. I'm just going to have a bowl of oatmeal, because by the time I get home, it's going to be pretty close to dinner, and then the dinner is going to be pretty high pointed. I have been using a few of my weeklies each day. That's what they're there for. But I have found in the past that when I use my weeklies, I don't have as great a weight loss. I'm not making an excuse, But I think that the fact that my body is healing, it needs the extra calories, and so I don't have a problem with taking them. And I had a really good loss this week, so I'm really happy with that. And so I'm going to just go with that theory. But I'm planning on just having a bowl of oatmeal with a glass of orange juice and a banana. And then for dinner we're going to have hamburgers and fries, and I'll probably just have some lettuce and tomato on the side. I don't like lettuce and tomato on a burger. I know they always bring it to you on a burger, but I always eat it separate. I just like cheese and a lot of mustard and a little bit of relish and some onions. And of course American cheese, because American cheese melts perfectly on a burger. So, and thank you to so many people that answered the tag questions. I loved it. I love hearing how other people think. I think you're getting to know a little bit more about each of us. So it's nice to know I can learn a little bit more about you guys. And then what else? Like I said, Jim doesn't work today. He went to the gym. Jim doesn't go to the gym to work out. Jim goes there to lay around, basically. So he goes to the sauna, and I think they have a steam room that he goes to too. So I think the steam room is why he's doing so much better as far as his cough and that is because, although he's only going once a week, when I take my shower, at the end I have it on hot, really, really hot, and then I get the room steamy so I can kind of, I take a pretty hot shower anyhow, but not enough to scald me, but not enough that you put a baby in there. You know how when the baby's and you put your little wrist in the water, or you did the milk, you put the milk on your wrist to see if it was hot enough? No, it'd be a little scalding if you did that with my water, but I like a really good hot shower. So I think that in the morning that kind of helps clear me out. And then, other than that, I called Christy this morning. Aaron's still feeling okay, although he has a tinge of a sore throat. So Christy seems to think he's going to get sick, but Aaron is positive he's not. Sophia's doing better. Christy kind of thinks she's going to go to school tomorrow. I guess they only have to be off, I think she said 5 days. Sophia's been off since last Thursday, because Friday is when she tested positive, so she didn't go to school on Friday. So, but Sophia made the honor roll. I'm really proud of Sophia. She made the honor roll. So Christy posted it on Facebook. So I'm really proud of Sophia for doing really well. Sophia has a little difficulty in math. So to overcome that and get on the honor roll, that was quite an accomplishment for Sophia. So I'm really proud of her. And then Sebastian and Oliver are doing really well. I don't know that they have grades where they go. I don't know if it's... Like when Jimmy went to school, they had grades. But by the time Danny went to school, they just said, meeting expectations, average, falling below, or all that. They just gave checks. The first thing I always look at in any of my children's report cards was their conduct and their citizenship. Those are the two things I looked at first. And damn well, you better get an A in that. That is the only class, the only subject or whatever that I expected an A. Because if you got less, and Jimmy, for all of his trials that he put me through, Jimmy always had an A. He really did. I mean, I think that they realized, they didn't diagnose it back then as having, he's not dyslexic, ADD. Jimmy is definitely ADD, but they didn't know that back then. We went for so many different tests and stuff like that. First they thought he had Tourette's, and then they thought, like he had dyslexia. We tested all of this stuff, and back then they didn't know about ADD, but I would tell you that's what Jimmy had. But even with that, I think that they could kind of see that in the scope of his able to handle things, he always got an A. So, but it's not to say that he didn't have teachers that, that shouldn't have been teachers. When I was high school, I went for the first conference, and he was in a science class, I think it was. And there was only 2 teachers for the class, and the other teacher's class was full. And so we went to the conference, and he was saying that, Jimmy was disruptive, and, and the reason he's disruptive is because he does so poorly in class. And, and then she says, Mrs. Carrico, why he does so poorly? And I go, he does his homework. I see him do his homework. And he says, no, there are smart students and there are stupid students. And let's face it, Jimmy's not one of the smart ones. I did everything I had not to slap the teacher. Everything I had. So I just got up, Walked right into the principal's office, and I said, I don't care if there's not room in that class. You're putting Jimmy in that other class. He is not staying not one more day in that class. If I have to have him just, sit out in the hallway, in the hall, and take a failure for this class and take it again next year, he will not step foot in that teacher's class again. Well, that teacher had tenure, so they couldn't do anything to him. But Jimmy went in the other class, and he ended up getting the B in the class. So it was the teacher, it wasn't Jimmy. So, but, boy, everybody's going to Lowe's. I'm hoping there's somebody there to help me lift the bag, because the bag is like 25 pounds. Once I get to the car, I can make it in all right, because I kind of angle the basket. See, I call it a basket when I come to Lowe's, but I call it a buggy when I go to the supermarket. I know I'm an oddball. But, so I'm going to get my bird food here, and then go over to Kohl's. And I love when people make a career out of making a turn. I'm not any better, I know that, but it's just like, oh my goodness, there's nobody in line at Starbucks. But I'm not going there. I'm not going to that one. I'm going to the one at Target, because I don't need it this quickly. So we will go here and get our stuff. And I think I'm going to use the restroom here. I don't think I can do any more shopping until I do. So, all right. Talk to you soon. All right, well, we're done at Kohl's. I didn't show you me arriving there because you didn't need to see that. I had $30 with the Kohl's cash. My Kohl's cash expired on January 1st. So I went up to the counter to see what they would do about that. And they said that even though there's an expiration date, it's good for 10 days afterwards. So today I hit it right on the day. Plus I got another $5 off. And then I had $10 to spend. So I bought 2 shirts. Let me show you my shirts I got. No, I didn't want the hangers. Oh well. I got this green shirt and this peachy shirt. Hoodies. That's what I like. So I got that. Then I went to Target, which is where we're at right now. And I realized that I am getting to the point that I'm going to overexert myself. So I didn't want to have that happen. Get rid of that. So I just asked for a gift card rather than cash, so that way I'll go and buy something. Because it was from Danny. Danny got me a Instapot cookbook, which I don't like cooking with an Instapot. So he got me an Instapot cookbook, and I wanted a Crock-Pot cookbook, but I didn't have the energy, I guess. So, which worked out well because it's just starting to rain, and I didn't want to have to walk in the rain. I have a attached garage, so I'll just walk right in, not have to be in the rain. And then I stopped and got I got a mango a mango dragon fruit drink for I think it's 6 points, but I can afford it. I have enough points for that today, and I was getting a little thirsty. So we are finished now. We are going to go home and have breakfast. And this guy parks so close, I got to go the other way. That's not the way I wanted to go, but I can't swing the car the other way unless go. It reminds me of the first time I ever drove on my own after I got my license. I was terrible. I backed out of the spot and swerved too far and went up the side of the car next to me and then down. And I was so scared. And I was a hit and run because I left that parking lot as fast as I could. And I went in the opposite direction of my house just in case anybody saw me going, and they'd say, well, she lives that way. Because I didn't even look to see how much damage I did to the car. I feel awful about that. I just feel awful. I was 16. I just got my license. And it was an experience, let me tell you. So I haven't been in too many accidents. That was my fault. Maybe I caused a lot behind me, but the one I was driving, I was like pregnant with Jimmy, and the kid, I was 22. No, I actually was still 21. I hadn't turned 22 yet. I was 21, and the kid was 16, and he had just got his driver's license, and he ran the stop sign and hit me, and I was on a busy street, so he ran like a side street stop sign into the busy street. and spun us around. And then we, they called the police and all that. And they determined, since I was so far pregnant, because I was huge with Jimmy. Jimmy weighed 10 pounds. They thought I was due any day, but I really had another couple months. But, so they took me to the hospital. But they didn't take my sister-in-law, Barb, who was in there too. She walked down to my house, and then my brother drove her to the hospital. But both of us were fine. And then, that's probably the only 2 accidents I've ever had. I'm thinking about it. I've done my share of speeding, but you've been with me, so you know that's a strong possibility that's going to happen more than once. I've never been pulled over for anything I didn't do. Like some people say, well, why did you pull me over? I didn't do that. If I ever did get pulled over, I'd gladly accept, well, not gladly, but I would willingly accept a ticket to make up for all the other times I probably should have got a ticket. But I was going to feed my birds, but I don't know, I'm not going to do that in the rain. They got enough soot that they can eat that. I don't know, I'm kind of getting used to my haircut. I don't know, what do you think? Too short? Doesn't really matter, it's short anyhow, but my hair grows pretty fast. So anyway, I think that's going to do it for now. Show you what I had to eat. I'll probably get down here and close out the video. Tonight is Wednesday, so it is our TV viewing night. Jim and I watch all of the Chicagos, so we'll watch that. We watch Big Sky. I didn't realize that Reba McEntire is married to the guy that plays her husband in real life. Rex somebody is his name. That they're married in real life, which I never knew. Okay, come on. Pull up a little bit and we can both make it. Oh my gosh. If I don't make this light because of this idiot in front of me, he's hearing me. Oh my gosh. The light is red now. Okay, if I get a ticket for running a red light, I deserve it, I guess. But that's a long light. Inconsiderate driver. So we watched that, and then what else do oh, Jim watches the Special Forces. I don't watch that one. So, and then I did watch on Netflix last night the Bernie Madoff documentary. The government was to blame for that, really. There was like, they had so many opportunities to take him down, and they just ignored him. So, all right, I guess that's enough babbling for now. If I will show you my food I have for my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because you already saw my little snack. Although I'm not eating lunch, I should take that back. I'm not going to eat lunch because I getting home so late now. It's almost 3 o'clock. So I eat my breakfast at 3 o'clock, and then my dinner probably about 7. So, all right, here's what I had to eat today. Well, what do you think? Think it's time to eat breakfast, or as the case may be, lunch? There is my breakfast, lunch, whatever you want to call it. Today is Wednesday, January 11th. I have 24 dailies and 31 weeklies left. My quote is, it's the small habits, how you spend your morning and how you talk to yourself. These can change your life. For a snack earlier, you saw I had tea, no, I didn't have an orange. I had a grapefruit. Let's fix that. Grapefruit. And an egg. And for breakfast, I'm going to have a half a cup of dried oatmeal for 3 points, a quarter cup of 2% milk for 1 point, 8 ounces of my Simply Light orange juice, and 8 ounces of my diet cranberry juice for 2 points. I showed you my Starbucks mango dragon fruit, which was 6 points, and my tea and banana is 0, so it's 12 points. All right, let's go eat. I'm hungry. Okay, it's a 15-point dinner. My lettuce and tomato, my french fries, and a cheeseburger. 3 points for my Ore-Ida fries, 5 points for my hamburger bun, 6 points for my burger, 1 point for the cheese, 0 for the tea and the lettuce and the tomato I forgot to add. So I ended up with 27 points for the day, so I'm 3 points over. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. I wanted to congratulate Diana Antu for reaching 85 pounds lost. Here's a picture of Diana. She's only got to lose 1 more pound to reach her goal, which I'm thinking she's going to do by next week because she's doing really, really well. So Diana, congratulations. You're doing so great. I'm so proud of you. I got home and I got a package. And it's so funny because we were talking about it. Let me see if I can get it out of here. Is my calendar. It wasn't supposed to come till next week. So I got it today. It's the artwork by Laura Berry. So that's the thing I got. I realized that as we say in my family, I realized my dinner was very high in points. I ended up, I think I was 3 points over, 3 or 4 points over for the day. Once again, my weeklies, that's what they're there for. I am eating a little bit more than I did eat last week, but I think I'm eating healthy. The burger is just something I've been kind of craving, which I don't like a ground turkey burger, and I don't like a garden burger. I like a good old juicy burger. But it was the 95.5, so it was 95% lean. So it was a good, truth be told, I like an 80% ground chuck one better because it's fattier and greasier, and it's like a good old greasy burger. But I'm trying to stay on track, trying to be good. So that's it. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. That was kind of abrupt. I'm trying to think I should ease that into that a little bit better. Well, I had a good day, so how was yours? All right, let's see. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Leave a compliment. Leave a compliment for Diana, not for me. Leave a compliment for Diana. So if you're new to my channel, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And enjoy the journey. That's all I can say. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy each day. Live your life. Okay, now I'm done. Talk to you guys tomorrow.